William McGregor Paxton stands among the most celebrated American painters of the late 19th and early 20th centuries, known for his refined compositions and mastery of light. Born on June 22, 1869, in Baltimore, Maryland, Paxton demonstrated an early aptitude for art, which was nurtured by his supportive parents. His family moved to Newton Corner, Massachusetts, when he was young, a relocation that would shape the trajectory of his artistic career, as Boston soon became his primary hub of activity. Paxton's artistic journey began in earnest when he enrolled at the School of the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston, studying under the highly influential painter Dennis Miller Bunker. Bunker's teachings left an indelible mark on Paxton, instilling in him a dedication to the academic traditions of painting and the importance of composition and draftsmanship. Inspired by his mentor's example, Paxton sought to deepen his knowledge and refine his skills. In 1893, Paxton traveled to Paris to study at the Académie Julian and later at the prestigious École des Beaux-Arts, where he trained under the legendary Jean-Léon Gérôme. Gérôme's rigorous approach to realism, rooted in the academic traditions of the French salon, profoundly influenced Paxton's style. During his time in Paris, Paxton developed a meticulous technique that emphasized clarity, precision, and the interplay of light and texture. These formative years abroad solidified his belief in the primacy of technique and craftsmanship, shaping the foundation of his artistic philosophy. Upon his return to Boston in the late 1890s, Paxton established himself as an emerging talent within the city's vibrant art scene. By this time, he had begun to focus on the subjects that would define much of his career: intimate interior scenes and portraits, often featuring elegant women in luxurious, carefully arranged settings. These works exemplify his fascination with beauty, grace, and harmony, as well as his technical prowess. Paxton's art was heavily influenced by the Dutch Golden Age painters, particularly Johannes Vermeer, whose treatment of light and perspective became a recurring motif in Paxton's work. Like Vermeer, Paxton employed the use of natural light filtering through windows, creating luminous, atmospheric effects. He meticulously arranged his compositions to capture the subtle interplay of shadow and color, lending his paintings a sense of intimacy and tranquility. In 1899, Paxton married Elizabeth Oakey, a talented artist and his former student. Elizabeth became his most frequent model and collaborator, featuring prominently in many of his works. The couple shared a deep appreciation for the ideals of beauty and refinement, which was central to their artistic and personal lives. Their partnership was both a creative and romantic union, with Elizabeth's presence often serving as a source of inspiration for her husband. Paxton's reputation grew steadily throughout the early 20th century. He became a leading member of the Boston School, a group of artists celebrated for their adherence to classical techniques and their focus on realism, portraiture, and still life. This school of thought offered a counterpoint to the avant-garde movements gaining traction in Europe and the United States, emphasizing instead the timeless values of skill and tradition. Paxton was not only a painter, but also an influential teacher. He held positions at the Boston Museum School and other institutions, where he passed on his knowledge to the next generation of artists. His students often remarked on his exacting standards and his unwavering dedication to the craft of painting. As Paxton's career progressed, he became increasingly sought after as a portraitist, capturing the likenesses of prominent figures in Boston and beyond. His portraits were lauded for their ability to convey both physical realism and psychological depth, cementing his status as one of the preeminent portrait artists of his time. This period of rising acclaim marks the first half of William McGregor Paxton's remarkable career, laying the groundwork for his enduring legacy in the art world. The second half of William McGregor Paxton's career cemented his legacy as one of America's most esteemed painters, characterized by his continued refinement of technique, thematic depth, and growing influence. By the 1910s, Paxton had reached the zenith of his artistic powers. His ability to combine the elegance of composition with the luminous qualities of light and color had become his signature, distinguishing his work in an era of increasing artistic experimentation. At the core of Paxton's oeuvre during this time was his devotion to capturing the beauty of the human form, particularly women. His interiors, populated by serene, contemplative female figures, achieved a remarkable balance between realism and idealism. Paxton's mastery of chiaroscuro, the interplay of light and shadow, allowed him to render his subjects with a level of depth and intimacy that rivaled the great Dutch and Renaissance masters. His interiors, suffused with soft natural light, offered glimpses into private worlds, evoking both nostalgia and timelessness. Paxton's works reflected a broader cultural moment in early 20th century America. His paintings of poised, refined women dressed in elegant attire echoed societal ideals of femininity and domesticity, which were undergoing subtle shifts in the wake of industrialization and modernity. However, Paxton's women were not merely passive symbols of grace. They often exuded a quiet strength and individuality, suggesting a nuanced understanding of his subjects. As a member of the Boston School, Paxton became synonymous with the classical ideals championed by the group. He remained steadfast in his adherence to academic realism, even as modernist movements like Impressionism, Fauvism, and Cubism gained prominence. While some critics viewed this traditionalism as conservative, Paxton's commitment to technique and beauty resonated with collectors and patrons who sought timeless art amid a rapidly changing cultural landscape. During this period, Paxton's prominence as a portraitist also reached new heights. Wealthy patrons and prominent figures commissioned him to capture their likenesses, drawn to his ability to portray his subjects with both technical precision and emotional resonance. These portraits, often rendered against rich, textured backgrounds, underscored Paxton's meticulous attention to detail and his sensitivity to the character of his sitters. Despite his success, Paxton faced challenges. The art world was shifting toward modernist styles, and traditional realism began to lose its dominance. Paxton, however, remained resolute in his approach, rejecting abstraction and focusing on the values he had championed throughout his career. In an era increasingly marked by innovation, his work served as a reminder of the enduring power of classical artistry. In the 1920s and 1930s, Paxton's artistic output slowed, though his influence persisted through his teaching and public lectures. He emphasized the importance of foundational skills, encouraging young artists to master drawing and composition before experimenting with style. His exacting standards made him a demanding but deeply respected mentor. Among his students, his lessons were viewed as both a privilege and a challenge. Paxton's later years were marked by introspection. His paintings took on an even greater sense of stillness and refinement, reflecting his mature vision as an artist. The interplay of light, color, and form became more subtle, demonstrating his lifelong pursuit of perfection. In 1941, William McGregor Paxton passed away suddenly from a heart attack at the age of 72. His death marked the end of an era for the Boston School and for American academic realism. Paxton left behind a legacy of works that continue to captivate viewers with their elegance, technical mastery, and evocative beauty. Today, Paxton's paintings are celebrated in museums and private collections across the United States. His ability to harmonize tradition with individual expression has secured his place as a central figure in American art history. While his work is often associated with a bygone era, its timeless qualities continue to inspire admiration and study, ensuring that Paxton's contributions to art endure for generations to come. Through his dedication to craft, his sensitivity to light and form, and his unwavering commitment to beauty, William McGregor Paxton remains a paragon of artistic excellence, a testament to the enduring appeal of realism in an ever-changing world.